Okay. Once on the camera thing, I'm just trying to figure this out. And two. Okay. How do I? Oh. Add. Yay!
That was so fast. I thought that was going to take you like a little longer.
For anyone who doesn't know, there was a 2-step verification on the account, so I was just on the phone to someone in Germany trying to sort that out.
Yeah, I was like, when you texted, I was like, it's going to be a minute, and then I saw you just went live. I was like, oh crap, I need to hurry up.
God, this
welcome
is so
to Instagram Live. I know there's no angle that's.
Well, I'm like, do I hold the phone? Because I have it on a little tripod, but I don't know if I should hold it, if that's cooler.
Well, I don't know. I always make videos literally like this, so don't ask me. I have it stacked on books that in front of my computer that is not really going so well yet.
Yeah.
But good morning.
Good morning.
Let me see. We have questions.
Yeah.
And then, hi, Rob. Rob said hi. First off, how are you this week? How are you doing? The internet.
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm here. It's it's pre 12 p.m. So I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But I am tired as well.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay, great. Well, just pivoting to the movie real quick. So,
which moment of the first and second movie is your favorite?
So I think any question which is prefaced with, is this your favorite, I struggle with, because I just don't think I feel like I have favorites in general. But I really like subtlety in film, and I really like non-verbal moments of intimacy and connection, even if it's not like romantic intimacy. Just so there's this moment during the first film, during the montage sequence. I mean, there's so many little moments with that like gorgeous song by is it Yolklaw? Yeah, and
oh, so good.
and you just get to see this like relationship between these two people, and it's not overt, and I really like that. And then I guess in the second film, Max, who plays Smith, is just
so cute,
cutest little actor in the world. But I mean, following that thread of like, I guess, subtlety, I think there's a scene with Hero on the couch where it's just like two people having a conversation, and it's just it's like nothing dramatic. It's no screaming. It's just like human connection. And I enjoyed those moments in film.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
Same. For me, the first, I would probably say that same scene from the first one, and the music was perfect. In the second one, I'm just gonna copy your answers, because any time where it's just like two normal people being normal, I'm not, as we know, I'm not a fan of like the super dramatic stuff, despite what's in my books. But I like from the first movie, what we felt like was kind of missing was the dialogue and the connection of normal young people. So I was happy for that couch scene, to have, even just to show like, that they can have conversations, is great.
Well, there's so much that you can convey in a look or in a moment that I think I just in general in film, I really like that when I get to see like sort of subtextual little moments,
Yes. Yes. So who's your favorite? I feel so corny doing this.
I feel like I'm doing 60 Minutes. Yeah,
I know. And it's like, especially because I'm trying to keep it away from like me and you having a like conversation and keep it like professional. So this was actually my question that I asked to edit the list that we were giving, because I wanted to know Who is your favorite character in a film ever, like of all time?
Yeah. Okay. So this is really interesting. Okay.
I know you hate favorites, but
I know. I was watching Life of Brian recently, and there's this scene with Terry Jones. I know. There's this scene with Terry Jones, and he plays this naked guy in a hole who's been in silence for like 18 years, and I can't decide whether it's an extra who falls into the hole or whether it's Terry Jones himself. But there's just something about that character in that scene that just it doesn't. It's so small and it never ceases to make me laugh. And I know it was such a weird answer, but I think it's got something to do with like my views on just nudity in film in general. Like, not to go down that rabbit hole, but I think there's something very like empowering about nudity in comedy, because it's just so it's like intentionally gratuitous, and there's no falsity to it, and there's no like pretense, and it just looks like this actor who was like, do you know what would be really funny?
yeah.
Like, just sat in a hole. But that, I mean, Life of Brian is set 2,000 years in the past. So I don't think that character would fit in this series.
Yeah, maybe he's the ancestor of someone. You know, we have a movie that's a help, but I just felt like what's your favorite character of all time was interesting. And then what do you look for taking a role when you're looking at it's so weird to ask you stuff I already know, but tell the internet.
Yeah, for everyone else who doesn't know, I'm like, should I be addressing the audience or no? It's just, okay.
We'll just pretend it's us, and we're not really, but we'll like. Yeah. It's interesting. I say this all the time, but it's true. I think intelligence in screenwriting, and you think that's a given, but it's really not. And it's not necessarily about a script that's like incredibly unique. It could be a simple story, but it's just told in a really nice way, and it's just written well. And writing's the foundation of a project, and the script's the foundation of a film or a TV show. So I look for good writing, but it can also be if there's a character that you feel really possessive about, and you empathize with that person, and you're like, oh, there's a part of them that I just want to like portray, or I do that, like, you want to get out of it. Or I could just be working with people who are like really, like, there's a lot of like amazing people attached to the project, and you're like, that would be a really amazing collaborative sort of experience. So I think, I mean, there's lots of different reasons, and part of what attracted me to like this movie and this role, it was lots of those things combined. It was, you know, possessiveness over like the character, and there was also just this, I'm like, should I stick to the questions or can I ramble? No, I think we could just ramble. That's probably more interesting.
Okay, anyway, great, perfect. That's my wheelhouse. There was this thread in the book that I was like, wow, this is a really interesting story if this is told effectively. And it's basically like childhood trauma and how it affects people differently. You have these two characters, both of which have alcoholics as fathers, and that had fathers that weren't really present. And then you have Tessa, who had, you know, a controlling and like probably verbally abusive at times mother, and Harden, who had a different experience, and he externalizes his pain, and she adapted to her pain in a different way. She sort of went into this like type A, you know, she focused on her work, and then through this relationship with each other, they realize you know, he realizes his red flags and she realizes things about herself. And I thought that's just such an interesting, like, I know that's probably a bit of like an alternative reading on it.
No, I mean, well, not for me. For me, I'm like, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Like, It's supposed to be more about the trauma of these two people and how everyone is different and everyone handles things differently. It's not, there's so much more to Harden and Tessa as characters, even if they never met each other, than just like the good girl, bad boy, leather jacket, virgin. It's like, it's just so, yeah. So I love that answer, obviously. And I think that is a lot of times, I think with film adapting wise only from